Play a clip. All right, let's start with Opie. There's been a lot going on in Opie's world, not as far as his content of his programming goes, but his existence hinging upon the Anthony Cumia program is becoming more and more apparent. What he's about to say is absolute insanity. This is like, what's about to happen is like if Opie was homeless and you walked up to him and tried to give him $100 bill, and then he said, I have way more debt than that. That $100 bill is not going to help at all.
This FU goes out to Carl and Anthony. Sam Roberts has more views and listens than Cumia's radio show. It's a fact, Jack. Carl really is a disgusting ball washer. E-Rock almost has the same viewers as Cumia's radio show. Oh, damn, man. You don't like the Cumia, huh?
So someone sends in a thing bashing Cumia, and he goes, whoa, you don't like Cumia, huh? Whoa, you don't like Cumia, huh? As if it's never come up on Opie's show before, and Opie loves Cumia. Whoa, you don't like Cumia, huh?
I would say I've never listened to Carl. I think he's, honestly, I think he's just a joke.
People I've never listened to, I don't really have an opinion on. Like, look, I'm aware of Chrissy Mayer. I've never watched her show. I think we watched a little of Simpcast when April was on it. So I don't really have an opinion on what she does or how she does it. There was that time she stole a bunch of Christmas presents from a restaurant and talked about it on the show like it was cool, and it is cool. That's very funny and cool. And then when Citizen M called her out on it, she's like, that never happened, and went and deleted all the stuff and struck the videos proving it. That's cool. That's cool. Own it. It's like when Aaron pretends like doing cocaine isn't cool. It's cool. It's cool.
If you want to know the truth, never listened to a second of his garbage.
He's never listened to Carl make fun of him on WATP. That's what he wants us to believe. Okay.
But I would say, yes, Sam Roberts has more listeners than Cumia's part-time radio gig. Yeah, I would have to say that, even though not a fan of the Sam. Your drunk uncle, thanks for the $20. Appreciate it, brother. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Okay, hold on. Let me get rid of this. I forgot the other thing. So I got another FU Friday. I got another FU for FU Friday. If you're just tuning in,
he's like Chad. He's got all these little segments that we're supposed to know, and he thinks like we're excited about. Oh, fuck yeah, FU Friday. Oh, yeah, shit, is this Drunkity McDrinker drunk? Is it Drinkle McDrinker drink? Dope. I was hoping he'd do that today.
I'm still in flu mode. But after a week, I'm like, you know what? At least turn the thing on and say hi to the people. But yes. I definitely feel a lot.
Everyone wants to know where Opie went. Come back, Opie.
A lot better. Until I have to do anything. Like walk the dog. Like, oh, and I'm gasping for air. That's great. I do have another FU, but let's go to Barrister 1401. All right.
Hold on. When he walks the dog, he has the gasp for air? Oh, but you can control how fast you walk your dog, right? Like nobody's making you like do cardio while you walk your dog. You can just meander. You can saunter on the beach. Or, I don't know about you, you're on a beach and you have beachfront property, just let your dog out to run. Like if you're sick, sit on your porch and let your dog go run. My dog has 100% recall. I don't know. Maybe he's got one of those dogs that's just a bolter. But like my dog will come back whenever I call her from anywhere. And she does just as well off leash as on leash. She probably does better off leash, honestly. So I think this is weird. It's like, A, you can control how much you walk. B, you have a field behind your house. Just let your dog out.
Good morning, Ope. It is now confirmed WABC paying Ant $150,000 per year for working only 2 hours per week. Excuse me. That means Ant is making $1,442.30 per hour.
And that's again if he does every week, which he's going to get some weeks off.
Shabby. I doubt it.
So he goes, I doubt it. Barrister says he's making $150K a year doing this 2-hour show. And Opie's first reaction is, I doubt it. I doubt it. But then he says this.
I doubt Anthony's making $150,000 to do a 2-hour show once a week. I strongly doubt that. But with that said, I don't care if it's true. I don't care if it's false. I don't care. I don't live his life.
You're goddamn right you don't. By the way, if this really is Anthony Cumia, then Pat Dixon's predictions are coming true. If this is really Anthony Cumia, is there a way to click it and find out? Holy shit. Hold on. Go to channel. Okay, it is Compound Media. So just like Pat predicted, I'm making fun of Opie to suck up to Anthony. But since we've got him, Anthony, we got to get you on the super tip program. I know your goal is to beat Kevin Brennan. Kevin Brennan hates me. So if you use my platform, he'll 100% hate that. And you will make way more of your money. You'll make 90% of it versus the 60 to 70% you make on YouTube. Anyway, everybody get Ant, bully him now. Get this man on super tip. Bully him. We've had enough of your shit, Pocky. Why wouldn't it be true? Why wouldn't it be true? I can't believe he's making $150,000. Why wouldn't it be true? It's such an exorbitant amount. How could they possibly pay it? Of course it's true. Of course it's true. I mean, can you imagine if he faked the contract? Anthony's over there just photoshopping a fake contract. The take on this is going to be crazy. Just wait for it.
Oh my! I have nothing to do with the guy. I've been gone a week.
So hold on. This is not even a normal reaction to this. Like, this is not how you would react. Hey, what do you think about the $150,000 Anthony makes? I don't live his life. I have nothing to do with the guy. It's like, that wasn't the question. The question was what do you think about the rate? Well, first of all, I doubt it, but also I don't live his life. I don't live his life. I'm too busy out here with the flu and doggy.
It was glorious not to turn this thing on and hear about that scumbag.
But you had to run back. You're not better. It was glorious to not turn this on and have to hear about it. But also, you're not better, and you had to come on to say hi to the people. Okay, keep going.
Absolutely glorious. Because when I'm not doing this, guess what? It's barely a thought. But I highly doubt it. I mean, that would be crazy. Unless
that would be crazy.
Unless they have bigger plans and they're holding them. They're like, look, we're going to pay you $150,000 for a 2-hour show on a Sunday night. I strongly doubt it unless it's part of a bigger plan. Here, we'll give you some money now as we try to figure out more hours for you. Maybe that.
I think it was a part of a bigger plan from the beginning. The first week they syndicated him, and the second or third week or whatever it is, they've given him another hour. Yeah, I'd say it's part of a bigger plan. And by the way, again, I don't know if there's a clause in there that if they give him more time or more stations, they pay him even more. But you can bet your goddamn bottom dollar that when renegotiating time comes around, if he's on more stations and doing more time, he shall get more money. Isn't that how it works? I heard. I'm not in the biz.
That's it. But no offense. I mean,
imagine they signed him and they have smaller plans for him. Unless they have bigger plans for him. No. Usually they sign a guy and they're like, we're going to start you on 2 hours, but we're going to get you down to a 15-minute segment. We have plans to really shrink up what you do here at the station.
$150,000 a year. I know I got to make more than that.
Okay, so this is what I want to talk about. This is what's nuts. I know I got to make more than that. You clearly don't. You clearly don't. You've got knuckleheads giving you anywhere from $2 to $20 every 17 minutes. You don't make that now. So therefore you won't take any job for whatever you need to make is what the only job you'll accept. Again, let's take a single mother of 4. Okay? She's broke. She has no income. She's got to feed these kids. She's got to make that rent. And somebody offers her a job for $15 an hour and she's like, that'll barely pay my bills. I got to make more than that. Yeah, you still take the job. Some income is better than no income if you have a high nut, right? Let's say he does need $200,000 a year to pay property taxes, feed his family, keep clothes on his kids, pay all the parking tickets for when he doesn't move his car every 2 days in New York City, whatever it is. Shouldn't some income trump no income? Because 150K isn't enough, you won't work for it? You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. And also, nobody says you can't stop doing the lucrative Opie radio show every morning. Nobody says that if you take this $150,000 a year job, that you have to stop your multi-million-dollar Opie radio YouTube empire. Hello? Plus the burgeoning Opie Unleashed NYC channel that's out there on the come up. So you got all these other revenue channels plus the 2 hours a week to do radio, which you claim was your first love since you were 18 years old. How long do you get to keep saying I've done it since I was 18 if you've stopped doing it for the past 10 years? You know, how long do you get to coast on this bicycle before we get to say he fell off the bike? He's not on the bike anymore. You know, like you haven't been doing it since you were 18. You haven't been doing it since 2018. Correct? So you can't have it both ways. Either this is your dream and that is a damn good salary and you would jump at the chance to do it, or you're like, no, unless they offer me what I was making on XM satellite radio, unless I'm making millions and millions a year, it's not even worth my time. That's not how money works. That's not how bills work. For him to sit here collecting these $2 super chats and say to himself, I know I got to earn more money than that. Yeah, well, you know, a good way to earn more money than that? Earn that money as well as other money. You don't just turn to, it'd be like, okay, you run a store and a guy comes in and he buys a can of Coke and it's $2. And you go, I'm not even going to sell you this can of Coke. That's not going to pay the rent for this store. Do you know how much real estate is in New York City? This bodega has to pay $9,000 a month just to be here. You think this can of Coke is going to help me? Be like Anthony Cumia super chatting me the $9.99 and then me just going like, no offense, Anthony, but we got to make a lot more than that. Yeah, but put the 10 in by all means. No? No, this guy, the only way to make money is to make the exact amount of money you need. All other money can go fuck itself. What's the, I mean, I've never seen anybody do this in my life.
I got to make more than that to keep all the balls, you know, juggling. And
again, you haven't made that much money in almost a decade. You haven't made that much money in almost a decade, so you clearly don't have to make that much money to keep all the balls juggling. By the way, that's not the saying. It's plate spinning, I believe. I got to keep all the balls juggling. I bet you do.
Literally, I think we're going to go back to being sick because that's the only way I can avoid this stupid Anthony garbage.
So here he is admitting that his entire show now is becoming people talking about Anthony and people trolling him about Anthony. It's what the Aaron Emholt's show has become. The whole show is just people fucking with him about his show. He's wishing he was sick. I wish I was sick so I didn't even have to do this show. Hold on, you don't have to. Shut up, I missed you guys. F you Friday.
Literally didn't think about it for a week. for a week. Last time I did a live stream was a week ago. All right. I just wanted to turn this thing on and say hi.
Also, the people who say the most that they go touch grass and their show's not part of their real life and all that kind of stuff, are the ones the most consumed by it ever. There's no way he doesn't sit down with his children and his wife at the dinner table, and instead of looking out at this beautiful beach and the beautiful sunset, just the beautiful, sunrise or whatever the fuck it is, instead of appreciating everything he's got, for a fact he bugs the fuck out of his family about this stuff. And then they said Anthony makes $150,000 a year. I don't even believe that. And even if he does, good for him. I don't live his life. Dad, can you pass the ketchup? Okay. Sorry, his kids talk like him. Dad, can you pass the ketchup? Oh, you want the ketchup? Here's the ketchup.
Through Opie, your impressions are worth $151,000 a year. All right, thanks. I guess the thing with the haters is to rub it in my face that Anthony could be making $150,000. That doesn't get the job done.
I'm not gonna pass the potatoes. You pass the potatoes. I can't wait for the kids to go to bed so I can go put my penis in my wife.
I would assume. I'm
gonna come. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. I don't care. I don't care if you come. I'm gonna come.
He has some of the same worries. I know if I go back to radio, I literally could not sign a contract for $150,000 a year. And
how do you get a contract for $1 million a year when you've been out of radio for a decade? How do you get a contract for $1 million a year? Well, you probably have to sign a contract for $100,000 a year, probably. Right? Like, you haven't done this in a while, and you sure haven't done anything that even resembles doing radio solo for a while. Anthony Cumia had a network, and then once he got rid of Gino, it shaped up into like a semi-professional talk show. And then a radio station took a chance on him. What if they were watching you? What if they were watching you and going, I might want to take a chance on this Ope guy. Show me the air check. Show me the greatest hits. What has he got? And it's just him on the beach going, I went out with Doggy and the sand is going into the sea and the seagulls came down and took my bread. It's like, is this what you're going to do on the radio? I couldn't sign a contract for that. Yeah, but it's the radio station's choice of why you can't. That's a fact. That's a fact. The reason you can't sign a contract for that is because no one's offering it. It'd be easy to sit here and go, Anthony Cumia is making a fraction of what he used to make on radio. That is true. It don't seem to be bugging him. I don't know. Maybe he has a brain and he goes, you know what? An extra $150K a year? I'll take it. 2 hours of work, maybe an hour of prep. I'll take it. And then there's you who, been doing this since you were 18. You claim it's what's in your blood. You claim to be more. You claim that if you've never met Anthony, you'd be more successful. But you can't even talk. You don't have an opinion. You don't ever do anything. And when you do, by the way, when you talked about those astronauts splashing down or Elon with the chainsaw, it's like you're ignorant as fuck. You don't even know what's going on. Yeah, you're goddamn right. You can't sign a contract for that. No one's asking.
After that, because I'm certainly not making that now. But I need it.
So I'm not making $150K now, but there's no way I could work for $150K. Huh? Again, how does that work? How does that make sense? I'd rather make zero than some money. I'd rather make zero than any Money.
A certain number to keep everything going. And 150 will not get that done.
But zero will. No, I'm just trying to check the logic. 150 won't even begin to pay my bills. So I'll just keep making $30 a show. Got it.
Oh, it's not. It's really not impressive. It's better than what I'm doing, but it's not impressive.
There's no one that thinks it's not impressive. A, he was exiled from radio. B, it's been 10 years. And look, you can say whatever you want to say. You can hate Anthony, because of all them kids. There's no way it's not impressive. And then to get syndicated and add an extra hour in your first month. Hello. We're not even being objectively fair anymore. Like, you've got to be like,
keep rubbing it in. I guess maybe it'll hurt eventually. I don't know.
It does hurt. You just said that you wished you didn't have to do your show so you didn't have to deal with this stuff. You just said, look, I've had a horrible day. I've had a really bad day. And then it just kept getting worse at the beginning of this. And now I'm all giggles and smiles. You hate doing your own show. You just said, I wished I could just be sick and not do this. Guess what? You can be healthy and well. I can't even talk. You can be healthy and well and not do it. You can just go the fuck away, millionaire.
I don't know. All right. Oh my God. You guys are like really babbling, huh? All right, I'm just picking up some supers, and I'm getting the hell out of here.
I'm here to pick up some. He's an old man out on the beach with a metal detector. I'm just here to get a couple cubic zirconias and head back in for lunch. Like, I'm just here to scoop up some supers. We got a new nickname for Opie, the Super Scooper. I'm just here to scoop up some supers. Okay.
Anthony. $1.99 to say that. Okay.
And then it does. The guys, I love dudes who are insecure, who pretend like things don't bother them. Okay. I mean, whatever you want to. Okay.
You guys are, for real. You guys are weirdos, like literal weirdos. And then this
is a trend you're going to see today, especially when we get later on into Aaron M. Holt, where guys start insulting their own audience. You guys are losers. You guys are weirdos.
I'm enticed and I go for it, right? And then it's spun that I'm obsessed with Anthony. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'll take skunk farts nighttime. Thank you. Skunk farts. Cheers. If you're not like slamming another live streamer, you literally have nothing else to do with your live stream. It's getting weird out there. All right. 150 a week. It's not impressive. I don't.
Hold on. A minute ago, you were certain it wasn't real. Now it's not impressive. So a minute ago, it was so impressive, it was unbelievable. Remember that? Just a few minutes back? I doubt they're paying him that. There's no way they're paying him that for his part-time radio gig. And then now it's like, dude, it's not even impressive. Well, it was so impressive you didn't believe it seconds ago.
I don't believe it.
So it's not impressive, and I don't believe it. Got it.
I honestly don't believe it. The only way that would make sense is if they have a bigger plan for Anthony, so they're giving him some money to kind of hold him in place. But like the radio industry is in complete shambles. No one's really getting paid. They're firing people all over the goddamn place. And to then say, we're going to give you $150,000 to do a 2-hour show on a Sunday night.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that a radio station in New York City could scratch together $3,000 a show to give Anthony. I mean, how much could ads be on this WABC for a 30-second ad? What, 15, 20 bucks? Where are they getting all the money? It's like $3,000 for a show is not. Look, it's good money. It's good money. It shocked Anthony, he said, when he heard it. That's great money for a 2-hour program. You don't think that they can get, you know how many radio ad breaks there are during an hour, right? You don't think they can sell $3,000 worth of ads? You don't think they can sell $10,000 worth of ads to make a profit and pay Anthony $3,000? You don't think that's possible? You think it's all Cheryl's barrels and edible arrangeables that's just kicking over affiliate codes? We hope we move some chocolate covered pineapple on a stick so as we can pay Anthony. No.
That literally makes zero sense unless, like I said, unless they have a bigger plan. And like I said,
why would they have a bigger plan for that loser, for that untalented loser you used to work with? They had a bigger plan. Which is it? It's not impressive they hired him over there, but they have big plans for him. I don't believe he's making $150K a year, but I also am not impressed by that. It's like you can't have it both ways on every argument.
Earlier, if he's making it or not, either way, I don't give a shit. Okay? I don't care.
I don't care. I don't even care. Radio's for losers. People are getting fired left and right in radio. Isn't that more impressive then? I don't know how things work. But if people have done this for years and years and years, their entire careers and rears, isn't it more impressive that he got a job at that level making that money? You're shooting your own argument in the mouth. That's right. Not the foot, the mouth. You're literally out of one side of your face going, nobody can keep a job in radio. It's a dying industry. And Anthony got hired for $150,000, which is an unbelievable amount. Right. We're saying what you're saying. It is impressive since radio is dying.
Fundamental again. Oh my God, Opie. Kevin Brennan has beef with Anthony. A lot of people have beef with Anthony. A lot of people.
Everybody has beef with Anthony. Kevin Brennan is a rational human being. You saw how he treated that cop. Kevin Brennan is a saint. Of course he has a problem with Anthony. Who doesn't? La, 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 la.
And wants to pay you $1,000 every Monday to review and mock his Sunday WABC gig, and had Steve Grillo on as his first guest, and Grillo dropped F-bombs. Call Kev. Wow. I mean, the problem is I haven't listened to a minute of Anthony's show on WABC. I would assume, the problem isn't that he's not a good broadcaster. The problem is that he's human garbage. But with that said, I haven't heard a minute of his WABC show, so I don't even know if it's good. Kevin wants me on to what? To react to his show? Well, you know what? I don't think I could do it for like $1,000 every Monday. I don't think I could do it every week, but I might be interested to do a little something with Kevin.
Okay, let's do the math on this. Opie said he could not sign a radio contract to do 2 hours every Sunday night for $150,000 a year, roughly $1,500 an hour. He said, I'd have to make more than that. I couldn't do that. Now, Kevin Brennan, America's grandmama, shows up and says, Opie, I want to stick it to Anthony. I offer you, I want to give you $1,000. I'll give you $1,000, and you come on my show on Mondays, and we make fun of Anthony together. Now, Kevin Brennan's show lasts anywhere from 3 hours to 9 hours, depending on how slow your watch is moving. And he's offering $1,000. This is less than Anthony is making an hour on WABC. Not only does Opie say, I might be interested in that. This shows that everything he said is bullshit. Everything he says out of his mouth is bullshit. He is impressed by that amount. He wishes it was him, and he would sign that contract in a minute. Because let's just say Kevin Brennan would do 3 hours with Opie on Mondays reviewing Anthony's WABC show. $1,000 for that is $333 an hour versus Ant's $14.42, is it? And not only are you willing to work for $333 an hour when you said you wouldn't work for $14.42 an hour, you said I couldn't do it every week. So this is part-time, motherfucker. Not only are you willing to work for 1/5 of what Anthony Cumia is making, even though you're not impressed by that, you can't even do it every week. I couldn't do every Monday. What am I gonna, every Monday? I gotta sit down and talk into a microphone for hours? I like to do a sunrise show. I do a sunrise show. I do my FUs. None of it makes any sense. Also, and here's a little lesson that you will learn, just like everyone who's ever worked with Kevin Brennan. His word doesn't mean shit. He stands for nothing. He has no loyalties, no friends. It's why cancer is growing in his neck and becoming this total recall, like separate being that's emerging from his. So this shows you how bitter this motherfucker is. Not only, Anthony, fuck your $150K job, fuck your $1,500 an hour job. I'll work for 1/5 of that to make fun of you. Even though you just got told, telling us how much it takes to make your balls juggle. Go on.
But to do it on any regular basis, I think we would wear each other out. But with that said, my last year of radio at Sirius XM, I brought Kevin Brennan on. I really wish we used him, on the Opie and Anthony show. It just wasn't in the cards for whatever reason, because it turns out he was really, really good at it. And I liked when he kind of let his guard down and had less anger.
Yeah, everyone knows that was a different Kevin Brennan. Everyone knows that was like a totally different iteration of Kevin Brennan. Back then he was doing stand-up. He thought he had a future. He wasn't going through a divorce. He wasn't facing multiple medical issues. He didn't have multiple shows on the internet constantly pointing out his hypocrisy. And he wasn't saying things and doing things that were pissing off large factions of his audience. The Kevin Brennan you knew and loved, we all did, right? We miss Grandpa. Now when I go visit him in the home, he just throws Werthers and yells racial obscenities.
So I guess I would say I would be interested in maybe doing a little something with the Kevin Brennan, but not on a
right.
But certainly not.
I can't take a permanent radio job for $150K, but I'm thinking about touching titties with Kevin Brennan for $1,000 a month. I could maybe do a part-time tinkle here in between Geppards, in between drinking beers out of shoes. Cheers.
On a regular basis. Oh my God, no. Just make up with Anthony, be the bigger guy, and call him, hey, John Mayers, why don't you go screw?
Yeah, why don't you go fuck yourself? I didn't make it this far in life to not be a bitter old cunt. This is what your older years are about. Not letting shit go.